Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I do recognize that it's been a while. That maybe if I intended to make a vlog of my SRS experience, I probably should have been a little bit more regular. But oh well. It is currently, what is the date? It is currently the 27th of November. I don't even know when the last one I recorded was. I don't care. I remember it was shortly after I got home. So let's jump straight the hell into it, because there's a lot to cover, but probably not as much as you'd expect given how long it's been. I mean, it's been what, like two or 3 months or something? It's been a while. So the biggest thing that I have to talk about is what is colloquially, I can never pronounce that word, colloquially? What is known in circles as the hard part. The hard part is like an official part of the recovery, and it's mentioned in all the documentation, but it kicks in usually sometime past the first month, between like within the second or third month, and it lasts for God knows how long. It can last for a month, it can last for a whole lot more, and the only practical effect of the hard mode is that dilation starts taking way longer. Correct? Like, this may not be the perfectly scientific explanation for what happens, but as far as I understand it, your body kind of gives up a bit on healing the outside. In other words, it's pretty much healed, and really goes overdrive into healing the internal part. It's like, well, shit, alright, that's not happening, I just need to heal the insides. So basically, yeah, all that happens is dilation takes a hell of a lot longer because your body is focused really hard on closing up that quote-unquote wound. However, as a side effect of dilation, when I say it takes longer, I mean like from start to finish, not including shower, just dilation was taking me like 40 minutes before, and that was with the large. That was with using the medium and the large dilator. Once the hard part kicked in, I had to just use the medium. I go into it in a bit, but just using the medium was taking 2 hours or longer, because it just takes that long to get to depth. You're just sitting there waiting for your body to open up. And the side effect of that is that because you're spending so goddamn long just shoving an object trying to get your body to open up, your pain levels will rise considerably. And as your pain levels rise, your mobility goes down, your ability to sit goes down. It just kind of goes massively downhill for a while. And that sucks. There's really not much to say about the hard part, but it fucking sucks, especially in those in months 2 and 3, or however long you are both within the hard part and still dilating 3 times a day. I look back on that and I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? I don't actually know how I did it. I don't know. I really don't know. But I managed it, and now I'm down to 2 a day. And I'm getting pretty close, honestly, to being able to go down to once a day. The booklet does say you should probably go down to twice a day at 3 months and once a day at 6 months. I went down to twice a day probably like 2 or 3 weeks early. And I'm expecting I'll go down to once a day about a month, maybe a bit more early. Because I can, and because less dilations per day. I'm probably being stupid. I need to get that out there. I'm probably being a gigantic idiot, because it's probably better to keep dilating more times per day and hopefully get past the hard part, and thus only be taking less than an hour to dilate. Occasionally I do get days where it only takes an hour and a half. Once, I think like a week ago, it took an hour, and I was like, praise be. um, but yeah, so I'm basically at the end of the hard part now. I'm still in it, but not. Yeah. Really handy tip. I've got a few handy tips actually. I've got a few pieces of advice for the hard part. The first is probably to just stop using the large dilator. You can regain width at any time. Spawn will tell you this, the nurses will tell you this, everyone will tell you this. You can regain width at any time. So if the large hurts, just stop. As long as you have proper technique with dynamic dilation, which means that when you're doing the stirring thing, you're making large enough circles basically, and doing it slowly but firmly. As long as you're doing that, your width is gonna stay enough that it's fine. You should still probably start using the large as soon as you can again. In fact, I should have probably started using it already, well and truly. But and it will probably. I've made some poor decisions during recovery. I'm not gonna lie about that. Learn from my mistakes. Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, using the large again would probably help loosen things up so that using the medium isn't nearly as bad. And I probably should have already started doing that, but I'm just getting through this, okay? I'm getting through this any damn way that I can, because I'm not going to go into it. This isn't the time or the place. But I have had some shit happen to me in the last 3 months. It's been a... Whew. This recovery was a lot harder than it needed to be. Shout outs to the people who made it that way, you shitbags. Yeah, so drop the large for a while at least. Probably, when you're still doing 3 a day, you probably don't want to be using the goddamn large. That shit sucks. Other advice, get familiar with pain meds. I finally found the right balance, which is once a day I take 1 Tramol and 1 ibuprofen, and that combination is good. Good. Codeine doesn't work for me. The ibuprofen is actually what helps a lot more than the Tramol. The Tramol is comparatively pretty useless compared to the ibuprofen. So yeah, get that ibuprofen. It's good. It's good stuff. The Tramol's nice. It's a little bit to take the edge off, but it's not as big of a deal. What else is there to talk about? There's honestly not that much. You stop douching at the 3-month mark, and that's nice. That's a little less that you have to do. I also started using coconut oil. That's the other thing I can talk about. At the 3-month mark, you're allowed to start using natural oils such as coconut oil or jojoba oil as a lubricant instead of lubricant. I don't know how helpful that's been. Supposedly your body absorbs it better, so there's less discharge, but I still get discharge, so I don't know what that's about. Supposedly your body, it like moisturizes your insides. I really don't know how good that's been for actually like softening things to make dilation easier, because dilation is still hard. It's still hard as fuck. Maybe it'd be way worse. But yeah, you can swap to coconut oil, and it works. Right. A good technique that it seems really obvious in retrospect, but it's something that I and a lot of other people didn't think about, so I don't know, maybe it's not obvious. Sorry. If you get to a point where you can't seem to push any further and it's hurting too much, just take the dilator out, and just give it like a topping of lubricant. Even if you're using the coconut oil, as I am, I still, when it gets to that point where I just can't get it any further for the life of me, take it out, and just put a blob, just a something like an eyeball sized, just a blob of regular old lubricant on the top, and that just like helps to get things moist again and get things slippery again. And it also gives you a tiny little break, which I think helps a lot. I think that's an underappreciated part of that. A lot of the material, and a lot of people say, no, just keep going until you're done, keep power through it. And it's like, I don't think that works well. I don't think that's great. I think that giving your insides even just that 1 minute break is enough to really, really help the overall pain levels. Yeah, as you can see, there's not much to talk about. I've been stuck in this hard part for like months now, and it's only just barely starting to relent, and it still hasn't yet. And it makes up... It's the hardest part of the recovery, it's the worst part of the recovery, it's the sink or swim moment, I suppose. Yeah, you've just got to kind of do it. Do whatever you can to just take your mind off it, to just kind of soldier through it. Put yourself in a better headspace, I suppose. Oh, sorry, my arm is getting quite sore. Tried to find a better way to put the camera, but didn't do a good job. Is that really all I have to say? Jeez, this is what I mean. I came into this knowing, like, I'm not gonna have that much to say because nothing's really changed. I didn't expect to have this little to say. Jeez. Yeah, this is it. You get into routine, and right. I guess the point I should make is I am 4.5 months in now, and like I said, I'm still taking 2 hours to dilate a lot of the time. I still have to do it twice a day. It's still quite painful to sit or stand. I still can't walk around even close to like freely. I'm still at an internal speed limit. Plan your life accordingly. There are plenty of people in the groups who got back to work like 2 months in, or even less. I know one girl, shout outs to... Trying to think of a way that I can refer to her without blowing her cover. Shout outs to Lightning Leads. Yeah, she got back to work, like, she got back home and then immediately started traveling and getting back to work. I'm just like, how the fuck? But she did it, and a lot of people do. But a lot of those people also have jobs that involve a lot of sitting. I don't. My job is to stand for 5 hours a day. I don't think I could have gone back to it any time before. I'm still just like, I don't want to go back to work until I can stand freely and I'm not using my damn cushion. That's my point of reference. When I'm not using that damn cushion, then I'll feel comfortable going to work. And when I'm down to once a day. Until then, it's just like, I can't even imagine dilating before work. Christ, that would be awful. As if the workday isn't bad enough, you have to stumble out of bed just like, everything hurts. Now I have to go serve assholes who are going to call me sir. No, don't make me do it. So yeah, plan accordingly. There is a chance that between fortune and pure goddamn just perseverance, I don't know what percentage of each is going on there. I don't know whether these people are lucky and just aren't in that much pain, or if they have as much pain as me and they're just saying, fuck, I'm doing it anyway. I don't know. But account for the fact that you might be bedridden for 6 goddamn months. It just might happen. Have a backup plan in case that happens. Have a contingency. It's hard to believe that's all there is, huh? Alright. Yeah, that's about it. If anything happens, I'll update you. This might honestly be, I don't know, I feel like I'll probably make another update when I'm finally officially completely past the hard part. You know, I'm back down to dilating, taking like, I mean, if I was just using medium then before, then it would have taken like half an hour. Can you imagine that? But yeah, I'll probably update again when dilation's back down to a reasonable goddamn time frame. Just to let you guys know when it happened, if nothing else. To let you know kind of the timeline that you can expect if you're as lucky/unlucky as me in terms of pain levels and your body saying no. Yeah, that's it. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I feel like it's almost broken me. I feel like I'm losing my mind just a little bit. I guess I should be a bit honest. I guess I should take a moment to be serious. This is hard. And I'm joking around and I'm laughing, and that's my coping mechanism for the fact that this is monstrously difficult. I've said it before in these videos, but if I was looking at at surgery, you know, before I started on I knew all this, I knew what was going to happen, I couldn't do it. If I woke up tomorrow and this was all some huge dream, or premonition, and again, you know, I was just about to get on the plane, I'd stay home. I'd just curl up in a blanket and say, no. Maybe my tune will change once I'm healed and all the pain is gone, but the sacrifice is fucking enormous. It is gargantuan. Do I regret it? No. I mean, I just realized some knees are like wonkily shaped. If I regret it, then it's probably purely because of all the bad things that have happened in the 3 months that aren't actually related to the surgery, that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't bedridden and in chronic pain. So definitely take it with a grain of salt when I say that I wouldn't have done it if I had have gone back. It's not regret. It's different to regret. It's like, it's the equivalent if you turn right at an intersection and a car hits you. Like, you had no way of knowing that was going to happen. And you don't regret turning right. You just regret that there happened to be a car hurtling down from that direction. Turning right was fine. That decision on its own was fine. But what happened as a result of it fucking sucks. So yeah, do take it with a grain of salt when I say that I wouldn't have done this if I had the choice again. And also the fact that I'm obviously not at the end of the tunnel yet. You know, I might be completely recovered and then have sex once and be like, that was the best. And say, it was all worth it. We'll see. I will say, you know, got to get the negative out of the way, but that means we have to be a bit positive too. I feel so much more comfortable in my body. So much more comfortable in my body. I'm currently in my underwear. If it wasn't against YouTube's terms of service, I would just tape myself in my underwear. I don't care. I don't care. It's It's just a body. Um, my mother's been over a couple times, and like I'm just walking around naked in front of her. I don't even care. I don't give a damn. Um, yeah, I just like I'm so comfortable in my body right now, which is good. Um, Masturbation's it's good. It needs to be said that from what I've gathered statistically, I'm stupidly lucky in how my sensations turned out, but it's good. Um, yeah, take that how you will. I'm just presenting my experience, my facts. I'm telling you what's happening so you know what to expect, and I'm giving you my personal input and basically telling you how it is so you can prepare so that you can decide whether you really want it. I continue to stand by the notion if you can not do this, like if you can find any way to be happy with not surgery, go with the not surgery. If you can be happy with yourself, I still refer back to that first episode. I really think there's a lot of credence to that idea of physical dysphoria, visual dysphoria, and societal dysphoria. I think there's a lot of truth in that, and that if your dysphoria stems from society, then you need to tell society to fuck off. You need to find people who like don't even blink. In fact, it's like, yeah, you have a dick and you're a woman. Like, I'm not more of a woman after this surgery, and fuck anyone who says that I am. I am exactly as woman as I was before I had the surgery, which was 100% woman. Well, maybe like 95%. There's a bit of non-binary in there, but you get what I'm saying. Like I wasn't. The surgery didn't make me more woman than I was. It's tough. It's tough, but if you need it, you'll do it. I look back at those at months 2 and 3, and I'm like, how the fuck? I'm just barely managing to do 2 a day now. I'm often doing 1 a day because it's just too fucking much, and I can't deal. And I look back and I'm just like, I did 3 a day. I was doing 3 a day, but I did it. I just did. I just did it. And you will too, if you need to. And yeah, that's about it. Peace and love, guys.